I'm Ivory.
And I'm Antoinette.
And this is Black Girls with No Rhythm.
Today we went to the Atlanta Pride Parade 2018. We were able to enjoy. We walked in the parade. We enjoyed the people and the sights. Ivory, how did you feel about everything when you were down there?
I enjoyed it. It was so much fun. It was actually all weekend long, so today was like the last day. So I think it would have been nice to go down there yesterday, when people, because I think yesterday the park was probably more popping and all that stuff, but today the parade was probably the main attraction, which is what we participated in.
Right.
But what you asked me, I had a great time. It was so much love in the air. Like, everybody was having a good time, having fun. It was nice.
Was it what you expected it to be? I know for me, it was... I Googled it last night, but before I did that, I wasn't sure what to expect. And had I not Googled it, I think it would have been much bigger than what I thought.
So you were expecting less?
I was expecting it. Right. I was expecting it to be smaller, just a lot of companies just walking with the pride colors. And today what I got was they were dressing up. There were children there, boys and girls. They were dressed up. Everybody was just so open and it was just so much love.
Almost so much love.
You're right, almost. And I was expecting that though. Even like I was expecting the
because there were protesters there.
Yeah, I expected the protesters to be everywhere, but they were just in that one confined spot with all of those police.
So do you think that was done on purpose, or do you think that it just so happened to be that the protesters were all in one spot?
I think it was done on purpose. Because I just can't see how you could not be everywhere.
How do you feel about people protesting at the Pride Parade?
I think it's awful. Like, I don't understand why. I don't understand why you would take time out of your day to come and spew hate at a parade that has nothing to do with you.
There was this one sign that the protester had. It said, "Ask me why you're going to hell."
How do you know I'm going to hell? You don't know anything about me. You just assume I'm going to hell because of a book that was written, I don't even know how long ago.
Oh, you don't want to go there.
Yeah, that's a topic for
girl, you don't want to go there.
I just don't understand why people feel the need to do that in that moment. It's not as if you were going to change any minds.
Because it was so much love in the air. Exactly. Like, everybody was having such a good time, waving their flags, just being proud to be LGBTQ ... and it's just like, why be there with that?
And I feel like if you want to talk to somebody about your beliefs, your religion, that wasn't the way to do it. That made me be prouder to be in the parade, walking, being an ally versus being on the other side of it, because you're just spewing hate. That's just pure hate. And if you want to really talk to somebody about their lifestyle, you should have a conversation with them. And that just wasn't the time or place to do it.
Have you ever had a conversation with someone that was in the LGBT community?
I have not. And I would really love to. And I know people, but I'm just scared to ask them because I don't want to offend anybody. So I just don't ask questions.
I think people are open to, because they know that people are curious, and I think that they would want to be understood other than what's the word, like they don't want you to assume anything about them, because that's how stereotypes get made. That's how, I'm trying to find the right words to say. I think they'd rather inform you on it than have you make uneducated assumptions about them.
Right, yeah. I just everybody doesn't feel that way, and I just don't want to ask the wrong person. So I do join.
But according to this acronym we just looked up, we're part of the community.
We are, because we're allies. We are allies.
Because we bought our flags and we waved and we was like, Happy Pride, Happy Pride.
And that's another thing. It's a day. Like, when we were down there, and I'm pretty sure they were saying it all weekend, but everybody was saying Happy Pride Day, Happy Pride Day, like it was a holiday, like you say Merry Christmas or Happy Valentine's Day. It's a day. I didn't realize that.
But because it's something to be celebrated, because you have to think, for a lot of years, people weren't able to just be gay. And even to this day, gay people still deal with discrimination on a regular basis. So to be able to be out and proud, it's something to celebrate.
It is. I didn't think about it like that. I never thought about it in the sense to where this weekend was a whole weekend and it was really a celebration. Like, we made a day out of it. Like, this is our personal holiday, regardless of how anybody else feels about it. We made it a holiday. So I love that.
So you're from Savannah, right?
Yes. I am from
So
Savannah.
would something like this happen in Savannah? Would they ever have a Savannah Pride? Could you picture something like that? But you're from the country part of Savannah.
There is no country part of Savannah. I'm tired of telling you that. There is no country part of Savannah.
But you always say the country.
When I say the country, I mean McIntosh County, where my parents grew up. That's not Savannah. That's like 45 minutes out of Savannah. Stop calling
if it's
Savannah
not
the country.
Atlanta, it's the country.
Savannah is a whole city. No, it's
Was
not.
something like this happening in Savannah?
I think so.
You think so?
I don't know if it would be. It would not. I know for a fact it wouldn't be as big as it is
Would something
here.
like this happen in McIntosh County?
I know. I don't know. No. I couldn't see that.
Why not?
Because it's the country.
Because it's not Savannah.
Because I just feel like they're not open to it. Mm-hmm. They're not open to having a whole parade. I think there's people down there that are scared to come out. Mm-hmm. And I think it's like that in all small cities, like little country cities like that. Well, not country cities, but little country areas.
Because either it's a country or the city,
right?
But it's not a country city.
It is. It's a city, though. Like Darien is a city, but anyway.
Not if it's the country. I was just playing.
In small rural areas is what they're called, I think. It's all family, and now you have to come out and tell your family that you're gay, and then you to walk in a parade on top of that. I don't see people doing that. They're just not there yet. Being in the city is a lot different from being in the country.
But no matter where you are, you eventually have to come out to your family. So do you think that coming out could be harder in the country as opposed to somebody who grew up in the city?
Growing up in the city, you are exposed to a lot more, especially Atlanta. Atlanta has a really big LGBT community. So growing up here, you're going to go to school with them. I know my daughter goes to school with a lot of females and males that like the same sex. So here it's a lot different, and it's open here, where in the country it's not that open. And people are not that open-minded. So I think in the city it's easier just because the community that you're around, and it's much more accepted versus in smaller towns where it's not as accepted. I think people move to the city to come out and don't ever go back home because they can't face their family or tell their family that they're gay. They don't want to come out to them because they know they're not going to accept them, which is really sad.
How would you feel if one of your children came out to you as transgender or bisexual, gay, anything that falls up under the community?
It would take me a minute to come around, but they're still my children, so I'm gonna love them no matter what.
Okay, so that was one of the things that was going on down at the parade. So it was a lot of women that had shirts on that said mom hugs. And at first I didn't get it because sometimes I could be a little thrown off. But the shirts that said mom hugs were for people who parents don't hug them or don't talk to them because they're gay or they're in the community, because everybody's not gay. Everybody doesn't identify as gay, but they're part of the community, so they don't get hugs from that mom, and that's
really
crazy.
sad. And they had dads out there, they had brothers, they had sisters, and all of their shirts said, sister hug or dad hug or brother hug, which is sad that you even have to make that shirt. Mm-hmm. Like, you should not have to make that shirt. At the end of the day, they're going to always be my children. And I would cut off everybody that did not accept my child for who my child is. My child will not be out here needing hugs from strangers.
Do you think it's easier for moms to accept their children being gay than it is for dads?
I think it's easier for parents to accept the fact that their daughter is gay versus their son being gay.
You think it's a masculinity thing? Because that's what I associate it with. I think that some people associate being with the gay males. So if you're a gay male, then you're not masculine. Like, some kind of way being a homosexual takes away that masculinity. And I think that's why they have the hard time, like, oh, my son is less than a man because he's with another man.
Exactly. You're right. I think that's exactly what it is.
Have you always been open to the community?
I've always been open, but I was neutral, I guess. Like, I would never come out for it or against it. People have the right to do whatever they want to do. Mm-hmm. Today was a big step for me. This was my first time ever openly saying that I'm an ally. and I'm for it. And I had to have conversations with people around me. I had to call them and say, hey, look, I'm doing this weekend. And they would be like, what do you mean? I'm walking in this parade. I'm letting you know now. So when you see it on Facebook, you'll know that I'm doing it beforehand. And they asked me why. And I told them just like what I just said, like, because I want to. Like, they have a right. Everybody has a right to be loved. Everybody has a right to be married, to just basic.
I have had full-blown arguments or debates with my husband, and one time with my husband and his cousin. I mean, like, so bad that the argument was like, my husband like, you must be gay. You must be gay. You taking up for them. But I just feel like everybody should have a right to be exactly who they want to be. I feel like if you want to be gay, straight, transgender, transsexual, asexual, pansexual, whatever you want to be, as long as you're not causing harm to anybody else and to yourself. And if you want to hurt yourself, that's between you and your God. You know, but if you're not causing harm to anybody else, everybody should be able to love who they want to love, kiss who they want to kiss, hold hands with who they want to hold hands with.
I agree.
Yeah, I just don't understand how people can go out of their way to be mean to people because they're gay. Like, what about the man? Okay, so for the parade, we had to line up in front of Civic Center train station. So it was this man, he walked by. What he say, Antoinette? He was like, these sick, what he say?
These sick mother freakers. He didn't say mother freakers, though. Like, I think what happened was he didn't realize when he got off the train what was happening. So he got off the train and he was just shocked because you have this pride everywhere. You have the rainbow, you have people in underwear, you have titties out.
It was people out there literally like with their breasts out. Antoinette looked at me, she was like, is this okay? I'm like, I think so. I'm not sure. I mean, because people would literally have like their titties flapping in the air.
Yeah.
Some of them had like paint on them so you don't see any. I mean, you see their breasts obviously, but it's covered up so it kind of give you the illusion of a shirt.
Right.
But it was some people out there with, I mean, just breasts out. It was
nipple
men
rings
out there
and that was it.
and thongs, and it was truly an experience. I went to Pride in LA, so many years ago. I know it had to be like at least 2006, 2007, so that was 10 years ago. But I don't think it was like it was here. I don't think it was the same.
I think they said that Atlanta has the biggest Pride parade out of everybody.
It was
that
a
has
big
them.
parade, and there was so many corporate sponsors. So we were having a conversation about whether or not people would lose business because they celebrated Pride. Do you feel like people, like, would you not support a company because they supported something that you didn't support?
Of course not. On this level, no. I can't, because Chick-fil-A came out against it, and I still go to Chick-fil-A.
Okay, so what about if a company came out and said that they support Donald Trump? Would you not do business with that company? That was a hard question.
It was because I probably still would do business with the company because everybody has a right. I feel like everybody has a right to support who they want to support. But Donald Trump is just
it's so hard because I feel like if a company came out and said that make America great again, we support Donald Trump, then that would make me feel like my business is not appreciated at this company.
Kanye West, and people still support Kanye West.
Let me tell you something. You know how I feel about Kanye West. You know I love me some Kanye West. Like, I would defend Kanye West tooth and nail. But these last few weeks, it makes it hard for me to defend Kanye West. And I'm at the point now where I'm just like, I don't know who this guy is. This is not the person that I was a fan of all these years. So,
but you feel like that now, but there's still people who still buy they don't support what he's saying and the fact that he's with Donald Trump, but they still buy his shoes, they still buy his clothes, they still download his album.
I don't know nobody who buy Yeezys. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nobody who owns a pair of Yeezys.
I do. We got totally off topic.
We did. Okay, so when you were growing up, were you around gay people?
No.
So as a child, there was no gay people anywhere around you.
I'm not gonna say that there were no gay people anywhere around me. I'm gonna say that they weren't openly gay. We may have known, like, you know, like you think, you know, I think he gay, but you don't really know that they're gay or not. We had that growing up. That was for females and males. You just didn't. People didn't openly. It wasn't talked about, and you didn't do it in public. So whatever you did on your own, you did on your own. you weren't
so
bringing
no one
anybody
in your
home.
family. That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
So nobody in your family, no male brought their boyfriend home, or none of your female cousins brought their girlfriends to the family cookouts or anything.
Not growing up. It happened once, and it never happened again. I think because that person got so much backlash because of it. Mm-hmm. So that person never brought their friend around anymore, and that's just how it is.
In McIntosh County.
First
not
off,
Savannah.
I don't know. I'm not talking about all McIntosh County, so don't come on.
I'm sorry. I probably made that sound offensive, didn't I? I'm sorry, y'all. That was not my intention.
But yeah, so my family they're not there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They're just not there with, and I think that's most families. Not even, I'm not about to say African American, but I think it's just both races. It's just hard to accept because we're religious. If you're a part of, I had a conversation with a relative and they told me that I wasn't a true Christian because I didn't believe that people that were a part of the LGBT community were going to hell and that it was wrong. And my argument was, it's love. Like, they love each other, and I just can't see how loving somebody can send you to hell. I just don't get it. And they tried to, tell me Bible scriptures, and I'm like, I got it, but the Bible also say you're not supposed to eat shellfish, but you eat shellfish. And they were like, well, no, that's not the same. They're different levels. And I'm like, no, a sin is a sin is a sin. Like, I just can't get with that. I was watching Greenleaf, and they had a scene where one of the pastors, his son was gay, but he was cheating on his wife the whole time they were married up until she passed away. And the comment was made, yeah, your son is gay. That's something that's in the Bible, but you broke one of the 10 commandments, which is what we're supposed to live by.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he cheated on his wife?
Because he cheated on his wife and you can't commit adultery. Adultery is one of the 10 commandments. Like, supposed to send you straight to hell type situation.
So half the people in the church going straight to hell. Yeah,
like the 10 commandments is like the rules that you're supposed to live by. So that was the argument. Like, you can't really say anything about him because he is going against the Bible, but that's just a part that's in the Bible where you're literally going against one of the 10 commandments. So this argument can be argued in so many different ways to where I feel like love is love is love is love, and that's how I feel about it. Have you had any experiences with gay people, and how was it like for you growing up?
When I was growing up, I have a gay uncle. He came around. We always knew he was gay. Yeah, we have gay. You probably never met. He was at my mama's birthday party.
Oh, okay. Like he has a boyfriend gay. Like,
he's had boyfriends.
They come around.
They're welcome to come around. I can't really say that I've ever really met his boyfriends, but I think if he were to bring his boyfriends around, no one would have a problem with it. Even as children, we knew that he was gay. It wasn't a big deal. It's just like, oh, yeah, he's gay, And I think that if anybody were to come out as gay or bisexual or whatever falls up under those labels, no one would have a problem with it. I think it'll definitely be something they'll get on the phone and talk about.
Right.
But eventually, it's not going to stop you from coming to Christmas dinner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so,
So your experience was completely opposite from mine. To this day, I still can't see that.
I grew up in a family full of women. There weren't many men in my family. It was mainly women. And as women,
that makes sense.
We're just softer when it comes to stuff like that. I personally feel like, I've always felt like it was okay to be who you are. I don't have a problem against anybody at all. Love who you want to love.
Love who you want to love.
That's how I was raised. That's how I'm going to raise my children.
So what would you do if one of your kids, or how would you handle it if one of your kids came and was like...
It would break my heart. I've never met a gay person that said they chose to be gay. I've never met a gay person that said, one day I decided to be gay. Every gay person that I've ever came across has said that they felt like they were born this way, or they've always been attracted to the same sex. So, and they've also said that this is not a life that they would choose for themselves. So, because of the fact of everything that comes with that, how people treat you, how you have to work a little bit harder to prove yourself, how people judge you before they know you, things like that. And nobody wants their child to be bullied. Nobody wants their child to lack confidence because of who they are. So I would be sad because I want my children to go through life and be happy and not have to worry about being bullied and stuff like that. It's not anything that I would want to put on my children. But if that's who they are, I'm going to love my children 100% no matter where. I got their back all the way to the end. If my children were gay, I'm going to be that mom down at the Pride Parade with my children.
We saw a lot of that. Like the support for their children was, they had signs that said,
I'm a proud mother of a trans girl.
And it was daughters who said, I love my two moms. That was just, it was just love. I don't
Would
know how
you
else to
allow your
explain it.
children to come to Pride?
I wanted Lindsay to come. She's my daughter. She's 17, but she had teenage stuff to do, so she didn't want to come. My son, he is 9. I think I would wait until he's older, until he can understand what he's seeing, because you have to prepare your kids when you go down there, because like we said earlier, there are breasts, there's penises, there's butts.
What did that shirt say with the man with the shirt with the smile with the hole in it? Got dick.
Yeah, that. It's not different.
And okay, so the shirt said got dick, and it was like a smiley face, but it wasn't a smiley face. It was like his mouth was open, like somewhere for the penis to go. And I was just so shocked. But after that, I just saw so much stuff that that shirt no longer shocked me.
Which is why I think my son is too young to be down there.
Because it was actually X-rated. It wasn't just a matter of being, oh, you don't bring your children because you don't support gay people. No, I don't bring my children because I don't want them to see titties flapping around.
And I'm not ready to have that conversation about this man's shirt and why it said what it said. Because my son can read, so he would have saw that. And I'm not ready for that conversation.
I seen a meme one time. It said, y'all so worried about y'all children turning out gay because of TV, but half of y'all grew up watching Cosby Show and Different World, and y'all didn't become doctors and go to college.
Very true. I feel like TV can influence kids to try different things. I don't feel like TV can make your child gay.
But I think that at a certain age, children are curious about their sexuality.
Yes.
And they can mimic behavior that they see. Especially if they don't have, well, not even have anybody telling them what's right and wrong, because neither is right or wrong.
Right.
But I think that children can be influenced by things that they see.
So you think that if a child is not gay and they grow up in a gay household, they can become gay because of the household that they're in? Or
that's a hard question, because I don't think that having two moms or two dads can make you gay, but here I am saying that children can be influenced. So I feel like I'm a walking contradiction, because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that TV can influence them to be attracted to who they're attracted to. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
It's about
you
who
are
you're
attracted to who you're attracted to. I don't think that watching a gay couple is gonna make you, or a lesbian couple gonna make you attracted to a man or a woman.
It's the term pansexual. That's the term that's new to me. Pansexual is people that can be attracted to anybody. They're just attracted to the person. How do you feel about that label?
I would have to sit down and talk to somebody that is pansexual to understand. I guess because I'm attracted to men. That's just who I'm attracted to. Not to say that I don't find women attractive, because I do. I have seen some really, really bad females, but I just can't see myself being attracted to just anybody.
But a man cannot say what you just said. If a man just made the exact same comment that you just said, I've seen some bad females, I'm attracted to females. If a man said that he's seen some handsome men and that he's attracted to men, but he just doesn't want to be sexually involved, but he finds some men attractive, he's going to be labeled as gay.
He's going to be labeled as gay, and a lot of females are not going to talk to him.
Would you date a bisexual man?
No. No.
Why wouldn't you? Just said that you was an ally of the community.
I am. I'm an ally that you have the right to date who you want to date. Me personally, my heart would be broken if I was dating somebody, and it would be shattered, not broken. If I was dating somebody and they cheated on me with a man, or they left me for a man, I couldn't.
You can't compete. That's how you feel? Do you feel like it's a I can't compete type thing?
Right, because I can never offer you that. So you're attracted to me today, but tomorrow you're attracted to a man, and I just feel like I don't want to. You need to pick a side. But it's a lesbian couple that I know. I never had a conversation with her about being a lesbian, but her wife cheated on her with a man, and she wanted to kill that lady. Like, she wanted to kill her. It's no different from, you need to pick a side.
But she said she wouldn't have felt that way had her wife cheated on her with another woman.
Exactly. Because it's the same as heterosexuals.
What if you found out that your husband was gay? Would you try to make the relationship work?
No.
You'll have to leave
because
him.
it's nothing. I can't make that work. I would never want my husband to be something that he's not. If he came and told
something that he's not, or something that you didn't know that he was. Because if he gay, he gay.
Something, right. But if I stay with him, I'm trying to make him straight.
Oh, okay. So you want him to go and be who he wants to be.
Yeah, I want him to go and be who he is.
But it's so sad because a lot of people just aren't going to be who they want to be because people have this idea of who you're supposed to be. So a lot of men, I think that's the problem with the down low epidemic. Like, people grew up in the household where you have to be a man. You have to go and get your wife and have children and have a family. But that urge to be with men never goes away. So now you got men sneaking off, saying they going somewhere, but really they somewhere sleeping with a man and coming back home, laying down with their wife.
Right. And that's what we need to get to, a point where that's not a thing. People need to be accepted for who they are so that they don't have to go out here and sneak behind people's back and then end up like a woman's self-esteem. When that happens, it would have been much easier for you just to go and be gay than for you to just
start a family with me. Exactly. Make me fall in love with you, and then just for you to cheat on me with a man. That's crazy. I don't respect that. I have no respect for men who cheat on their wives with the same sex and go home to their wife every night.
And that's worse. And if you're listening, we feel like that is worse for you to cheat on your wife with a man than it is for you to cheat on your wife with a woman. Not to say that either one is okay, but it's worse because you just lied. And it's the lie that's the problem. It's the fact that you lied throughout your whole relationship when you knew that you were gay. You knew that, and you still made me fall in love with you. You still made me start a family with you when you knew that I wasn't what you wanted.
Do you listen to Second Day Update?
I listened to it one time, and that was it.
I love Second Day Update. So the other day on Second Day Update, this man called in. He was like, I'm looking for this woman that I went on a date with. We were having a date. Everything was going good. Things got hot and heavy. And I started feeling on her because we were kissing, and she had the same thing in between her legs that I had in between my legs. So we got to fighting. The people was like, Young Jock and Mo Quick and Shawty was like, what you mean got to fight? And he was like, we fought. Like, they was like, you assaulted her? He was like, yeah.
But y'all know this is Second Day Update though, right?
Yes, okay. Second Day Update. So they called her, and she was like,
so he fought her and then wanted her back?
He said his initial reaction, like when he touched her and he felt that she had a penis, his initial reaction was to hit her because he was caught off guard. He didn't know. He had no clue. He was like, she was pretty. He was like, she was bad. And he didn't know. So his reflexes made him hit her. And he said once he got home, he was like, he was embarrassed about it, but it was what it was. But once he got home and sat down and had the time to think about it, he liked her. And had he not known that that's what she had in between her legs, he would have went on another date with her. So he was attracted to her. He genuinely had a genuine attraction to her. And he couldn't stop thinking about her. He was like, I'm putting myself out there. I'm calling this radio station. I'm apologizing. I want to try this. I want to go on another date with you. And at first she was like, I have to do this and I had to do that. Her jaw was broke. She said she spent a lot of money.
So he like whipped her ass. Like,
yes.
Wow.
She said she was traumatized. And that's what she said. But at the end, she was like, she didn't want to lead off. She didn't expect for the first date to go that far. So she didn't feel the need to lead off saying that. But in hindsight, she felt like, not that it was her fault, but that maybe she could have been a little more open, or she could have stopped what was happening from happening until she was more comfortable with saying who she was. She was saying that she's eventually going to go through with the surgery, but she said she hadn't even been dating because she was waiting until she got done with the surgery. But she said she decided to take this date for some reason, and it ended like this. But in the end, she said she was open to meeting him in a public place and them having a discussion.
I have so many questions. So my first question is he gay? Or do you feel like he's gay? Or would he be pan? That would be pan, you're attracted to who you're attracted to. Right?
I don't know what his label would be, because I guess it would be pansexual, but he's pansexual and he never knew he was pansexual. Because he was attracted to the fact that she was a female. Yes. And then when he found out that she was a transgender, it didn't change his attraction. It didn't change his attraction. He was still attracted to her. Because think about how many men have been in the club or even out in public or even on Facebook and Instagram and see videos be like, damn, she bad. And then realize it's a man, and say, oh, no. You were attracted to her before you knew that was a man. Before you knew that she was born, I'm not going to say that she's a man because it's a woman, but before you knew that she was born a man, you were attracted to her. Right. Do you feel that in that situation, people should always come out transgender should always come out and say it to start with? I don't think so, because I just met you. We talking on the phone, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was born a man. And then now I done sent you a friend request on Facebook. Now you all on Facebook and Instagram spewing hate on my page and all that stuff, when we probably wouldn't have made it past the first date. And now I put myself out there for no reason. That's true. But I think before you do anything intimate, I think before you kiss, before you touch, you should give them the opportunity to decide whether or not this is something that they want. I don't think you should just put nobody in a situation like this. You remember an interview a while ago, I don't know if you saw it, but it was an interview with Genuine, and I saw that. They was trying to get mad at him because he didn't want the transgender kissing him. But that's not fair. He don't have to let that person kiss him if he's not comfortable with that. That don't make him a bad person. In that situation with Genuine, I feel like that was sexual harassment. Like, I saw the video and you could tell he wasn't comfortable in that situation. Just because I respect you and I'm an ally, that doesn't mean that I'm attracted to women. Because he was sitting there, he wasn't acting cringy or anything. Right. He was engaging in dialogue. It wasn't until she decided to kiss him. Right, and that's not okay. That's like a woman walking up to me and kissing me. Just because I'm an ally and I'm okay with the fact that you love who you love, don't mean that I want to kiss you. Because even if it was a man, it's not okay for you to just walk up and kiss somebody. I like men, but that don't mean any man on the street can just walk up and kiss me or sit in my lap. You know. I think people try to take it too far, and they tried to really give him backlash, but it didn't really work because of what the situation was. Mm-hmm. Because she was coming on to him and he wasn't comfortable. Mm-hmm. So you have to learn your boundaries. Just because you are a part of this community doesn't mean that you have the right to force me to be with you. Do you think that the hip-hop community would ever fully accept homosexuality? No, because the hip-hop community is about being masculine and being a thug, and it's just not about, I don't see it ever happening. Mm-hmm. They're gonna always I don't ever see the I'm not gonna say black community, I don't ever see religious people coming around. It's the same thing to me. There were religious people at the parade. You're right. There were churches there, St. Mark's. St. Mark's there, right? There. And there was pastors handing out water. Yes. So I guess now there's some people that will never come around to it, regardless of your religion or your race or. Because even on the show Greenleaf, I'm back talking about Greenleaf. Greenleaf. On Greenleaf, the daughter, the light-skinned daughter, I don't know her name. The one with the... I don't know their name. Yeah. She was trying to get them to bring gay stuff into the church. The youngest daughter actually hired a gay choir director, but the church didn't want him to bring his husband. And when he started bringing his husband and they started holding hands and kissing, they fired him. So it was like, okay, we're all right with you being gay, long as you don't put it in our face. Don't put it in my face. And I think that happens a lot in the African American community. Right. It's okay for you to do it in your home, because you know what they say, whatever happened in our house, stay in our house. So it's okay for you to be there behind closed doors, but you're not finna put that in openly front of the family. Right. You're not about to do it openly, especially not openly in the church. I've been to church before, and the pastor was preaching and a gay person walked in and sat down, and he changed his whole... And I can't get with that. His whole sermon. I can't get with that. He changed his whole sermon
just to talk about the fact that that man was gay and how that man was going to hell. And that made me so uncomfortable because you don't have the right to do that.
That's one of the things that turned me off from the church. And we ain't finna get too much into that, but the church doesn't allow people to be who they are. I don't understand how people can proclaim to be so loving and have all this love, but then give so much hate
at the same time. And I think that people just don't know how to communicate the fact that I don't agree with your lifestyle, which you don't have the right to communicate that to me at all because I don't care. But the message is not going to be accepted if you're doing it in a hateful way. Mm-hmm. You can have a conversation with somebody and try to explain to them why you feel the way you feel. You know, talk to them about the Bible if that's what you want to do. But holding up picket signs.
But as a gay person, do you even want to hear that? I mean, because you know you're going to be
gay. You're
going
to be more open to it if you sit down and have a conversation with me versus you holding the picket sign. I may listen to you if we sitting down having a conversation. I'm not going to listen to you if you just made your whole sermon about me is not going to make me change my life.
I'm not going to listen to you if I know that I love this woman. If I know I love this woman, there's no way you can sit here and tell me why I shouldn't love this woman when I know how I feel inside of me.
I understand that. I'm just saying, if you want to hold a conversation, if you're trying to talk to somebody or reach somebody, what you're doing is not the way to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying there's better ways. I'm not saying it's gonna work, and I don't believe it's gonna work. I believe if you're gay, you were born gay, you're gonna be gay. But you do, the man that was the YouTube star, and he walked in the church and was like, "I just came to say I'm not gay no more."
But he gay.
No, he got a girlfriend.
He's gay,
but he has a girlfriend. I'm just telling you, he has a girlfriend. So I'm not gonna say that.
See, that's the part that I don't
know.
That's the part that I don't get. I don't get how you can go from being gay to being not gay anymore.
People say that being gay is a sickness. Literally, that being gay is like having cancer. I do not agree with this, but I'm just saying what, like, I've heard.
I was watching Love and Hip Hop, and it was one of the guys that was on Love and Hip Hop New York. I watch a lot of TV, y'all, so I might use a lot of
reality TV.
I might use a lot of TV references throughout this podcast. Don't judge me. I just like TV a lot. But Love and Hip Hop New York, the guy was saying his mom sent him to Puerto Rico to go to a gay camp to stop him from being gay, and he was saying those people used to basically torture him, trying to torture the gay out of him, but yet and still he's on TV as a flamboyant gay man. I just don't see how you could just up one day and decide God got inside of me and I'm not gay anymore.
I'm like, I really like, come on. I feel like if maybe they suppress it, I don't know what they do. It's happened. It's happened more than once because I've seen it on Facebook.
I don't believe them. You need more people.
I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen women go from being lesbians to go to straight women or studs to just, regular women in relationship with men and having babies. I don't know.
So
I can't explain to you why.
Okay, do you think that some people, I'm not going to say that they not really gay, but they just like exploring, and then they decide, okay, I'm tired of playing around and I want to go and have a family now.
I know for a fact people do that.
Yeah.
I had a conversation last week about this same thing where this lady, she wasn't gay, but she had been straight and she just wanted to date a female just to see what it was like to date a female, and then she went back to dating a man.
They call those pillow princesses.
What's a pillow princess?
A pillow princess is a woman who reaps all the benefits of being gay without really having to be gay.
They don't have to get the bad parts of it.
Yeah, they just like, they don't need, not even that, like they don't go down on women go down on them. Like they're the receiver, like everything is being done to them. They're not really doing anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know what you're saying. So I don't know. I just know that it happens. I don't know why it happens, but it happens. Like, I don't know. But it does happen where, going back to what I was saying, if you want to talk to somebody and if you feel you can't do it in hate, it has to be in love. No matter what you do, it has to be in love. And what that pastor did, what those protesters are doing, what other people that's in hate, and your message will never get across to anybody because your message is coming from hate versus love. Mm-hmm. So that's my take on.
I I enjoyed Pride. I would definitely go back again. I look forward to going next year. This was the Atlanta Pride 2018, but I want to go to Black Gay Pride.
And I can't wait to go to Black Gay Pride because
we love black people. I love black people, so I can only imagine what Black Gay Pride
I just
would be
feel like if Atlanta Pride was this, I can only imagine what Black Pride is gonna be.
I know.
I've never felt that type of love outside of my family gatherings. Like, that was just pure love.
It was.
And there was no, like, the energy, even with that one little spot with those protesters, the energy was still everything. It was an awesome experience.
Spread love, not hate. Mm-hmm.
So pegging is a thing. It's when men enjoy anal sex, but with females only. Is that something you think that you would ever be able to get into? And do you feel like he kind of sort of gay if he enjoys pegging?
I don't know if I would say that he would be gay, but it's not something that I would be into just because the type of men that I'm attracted to. Like, I like men who put their foot down. I like men who like to be in control. Like, I'm okay with being submissive. I don't have a problem letting my man lead. Okay, so as a woman, right, when we getting it from the back, you vulnerable. You bent over. You got it tooted up in the air. You know, like, you're vulnerable. Like, a man in that position is just not the man that I'm attracted to.
I agree.
Some women like... Oh, I hate saying this. I hope y'all don't come for me. I know y'all might come for me, but I'm sorry. It's just how I feel. But a man that want to get done in the butt is a dainty man. I don't want no dainty man. A man that want to get done in the butt is the type of man that want to be a sub in BDSM. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of the dominant. You know, I couldn't be with no man who want to be the sub instead of the dominant. I want my man to always be dominant. And I'm not saying it's not okay for men to be vulnerable and for men to be weak. Everybody has to be vulnerable and weak sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But only in the... I don't want a weak man sexually. I don't want to see you sexually as being vulnerable like that. I'm not putting on no strap on for no man. It ain't happening. Like, even if I were to be with a woman, I wouldn't let a woman use a strap on me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't use a strap on a woman.
So, what's happening? We just
doing the girl thing. That's it. It's just me and you. If I want some penis, I'm gonna be with a man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, for you, yes.
Yeah,
for you, yeah.
So you would?
No, I would. Wait. Let me let you finish your question first.
Get the strap. That was 50 Cent be saying, "Get the strap." Okay, so first I'm going to ask you, would you use a strap-on on a man?
No, I could not.
This was not supposed to go there. Okay, we just gonna leave it at that. Okay, you want to use a strap-on on a man?
I would not use a strap-on a man. And I'm not as submissive. I'm not submissive.
You're not a submissive at all.
I'm not submissive at all. And I still wouldn't do it. Because it's just, I'm not going to respect you in the morning. And I know that's sad and I know that's not right. But at the end, like, because in your head, you going to be thinking, this dude just got fucked. I'm going to be thinking, I just made you moan. Like, I just turned you into my female. Yeah. That's how I'm going to be thinking. Because like I said, I'm already not submissive. And then I get that type of control. Like, you won't be able to tell me nothing. Like, you couldn't even... tell me to fix you nothing to eat. Like, dude, you go fix the tacos and clean the living room. Like, you go fix my plate, please. Yeah. And then you know how, like, when we... So you on the same... You agree with me, man. It takes away the masculinity. I definitely agree with you because sex is... Okay, so now we being hypocrites, though. How are we being hypocrites? Because we just said that a man who get penetrated from behind is soft. So we saying that gay men are soft. And now, you know what I'm saying? We are. Yeah. That's exactly what we're saying. I think a lot of straight people have this problem, though. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, we're only human.
And I'm like I said, I never even
Because
thought
I
about
don't think that all gay men are soft. Some gay men are soft and they don't have no problem telling you they soft, but I don't think that all gay men are soft.
I definitely think it's some gay men that will,
because
like,
they still
hold their
men.
own.
Yeah,
Exactly.
at the end of the day, who you decide to lay with.
But you have some that are bottoms and some that are tops. So,
but that don't make them no less than a man.
It don't make them no less than a man. You right?
That's what we saying. It don't make them no less than a man, but at the same time, we just said that they less than a man.
Yeah, because I'm gonna look at you differently if I do that to you. Like and that's the truth, because for me in my relationship, when I get out of hand, I know Marquise will be like, all right, keep talking. Like keep talking. Yeah. You gonna feel it in a minute, and I'd be like, okay, I'm sorry, let me shut up.
But we only human, and every day we trying to grow and evolve, so we have any people in the community that's listening to us right now. We don't mean no harm, but we growing and learning every day and just trying to be new people, and be better people and educate ourselves as much as we can. We don't always understand.
I guess because of this reason right here that we're talking about, there's a whole community of women that are called peggers, and men pay them for that because they can't do that with their wives or their girlfriends, because we're gonna judge them. We're gonna not respect them, and we're not gonna respect them in the morning. So that's why there's a whole group of people who get paid to do this, because we're not there yet.
They're gonna make the big bucks, because I'm not there.
Yeah, we not. I'm not either. I'm not there.
I know a lot of women who say they put fingers in men's butts.
I know people who've done it too. But I feel like a finger in your butt is not the same. Like, that's not the same thing. I've never done it, and I've never known. Nobody has ever asked me. But that's not the same to me. Because, like, you don't have to bend over for me to do it. You don't have to ride me for me to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same. It's not the same. That's not the same thing.
But when you stick your finger in, but he go bone.
I don't mind my man moaning.
You just said, but a few minutes ago, you said you had him moaning like a bitch.
That's not like, that's just one time. Like, that ain't you know what it is to get hit from the back. You know how that is. That is not the same as a finger going in your butt. Like, it's a totally different type situation, and that's way more moaning going on. Like, no.
So it was a great day. We had fun conversation. I hope you guys didn't get offended by anything we saying. If we did offend, it wasn't our intention, but it was our thoughts. So
this is honest, uncut, raw conversation. This is the conversation we literally all day started talking about this, and then we was like, no, we're gonna talk about it later. Mm-hmm. So you really got our honest feedback and our honest comments. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Black Girls with No Rhythm. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get our updates on our latest episodes at Black Girls with No Rhythm. Until next week.
Black Girls with No Rhythm, and we're out.